Once a student monk went to his master and complained, "Master, I can't live here anymore in this monastery. Everyone is toxic, gossip, people are playing politics. Some just spread negativity. I want to go to a peaceful monastery where no one disturbs my spiritual practice." The wise master said, "All right, but before you go, just do me a favor. You take this spoon filled with oil and walk all around the monastery and bring it back to me without spilling a single drop." So he was like, okay. So he was super focused and he did exactly the same. He returned without spilling even a single drop. So the master asked, "So while you were carrying the spoon, did you hear any gossip, any politics, any negativity?" He thought for a moment and said, "No, I was focused on the oil, I didn't hear anything." The master smiled and said, "See, my son, the gossip, negativity, it's always there. It was there. But when you were focused on your purpose, your goal, you didn't notice anything. Wherever you go, people will gossip, complain, spread negativity. It's inevitable. But if you don't learn to focus on your goal, you will carry the noise wherever you go, everywhere." There's this concept called signal to noise ratio. Steve Jobs lived by this idea. Kevin O'Leary, who worked with him in the early days, shared this during an interview.
There's a concept that he understood that very few people focused on back then in the early 90s of signal to noise ratio. What was so brilliant about Jobs that I tell every CEO now, and I don't care if you're an S&P 500 CEO or you're just starting a business, his vision of signal was the top 3 to 5 things you have to get done in the next 18 hours. Not your vision for the business next week or next month or next year, just the next 18 hours you're awake. You're going to get those 3 things or those 5 things done that you have deemed critical for your mission. They must get done today. Anything that stops you from doing that is the noise. So this signal to noise ratio to be successful for Steve Jobs was 80-20. 80 signal, 20 noise. Very few people on earth, and if you go back in history, you're going to find out that the geniuses of their time were close to 100% signal.
Steve Jobs was super focused on the signal. 80% signal, 20% noise. Kevin said that all the brilliant people throughout history were 100% signal, 100% focused on their craft. Elon Musk, people say, he runs almost 100% signal. His entire day is tuned to what matters most. Look at all these great folks, what they created. Absolutely no superpower, just sharp focus, razor focus on what matters most. They focused on the spoon and the oil, which was their purpose in life. They didn't hear any external noise, nothing else mattered. Life is full of noise, right? Drama, gossip, distractions, endless scrolling, news, complainers, full of noise. But if you tune to every channel of noise, you will never hear your own inner signal, your true purpose. The monk story shows us when you have something precious to carry, your dream, your goal, your peace of mind, you can't afford to spill your energy on what others are saying or doing. Steve Jobs' story shows us that he never wasted time on things that didn't matter. He was crystal clear about his signal and he protected it like his life depended on it. So how to practice this? I'll just give you three tips. Number 1, decide your signal each day. So when you wake up in the morning, just ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I must do today? These are your signals. These things deserve your time, energy, and focus. Number 2, notice the noise. Be aware of the noise. Negative people, gossip, drama, social media, news, distraction. It's all noise. It's the background chatter that's draining your energy. And it's not adding any value to your life. So when you notice this noise, just don't hold on to it. Shift your focus and let it pass. Number 3 is tune into what matters. your purpose, your dreams, your goals, your peace of mind. That's your signal. Every time you feel distracted, just ask yourself, is this helping me focus on what's important, or is it just a noise? Cancel the noise. On a lighter note, when you are working on something very important, just put on your noise cancelling headphone and then block out the world. Where your focus goes, your energy flows there. Focus on the signal, ignore the noise, and keep moving forward. Thank you so much for watching. I am Srijit Krishnan. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay kind.